Hi, my name is Barry Sterling Mitchell. I produce the Sterling Net Point Power Rankings and the Bias Plus reports. Today is April 24th, 2024, and this is Ben and Barry on football.
Hello out there, everybody. This is Ben Dickerson. I am your co-host, and that means that tomorrow is April 25th, day one of the NFL draft, and I cannot wait. As promised, I have my mock draft 3.0, my last and final one. I started working on it on the weekend, and every day that went by, I had to go back in and make more and more changes. I hope I didn't change myself into getting a bad first round grade, but I got a funny feeling that I'm going to have a good first round grade, the same as I did last season, but that remains to be seen. Anyways, but a lot of fun. I love
It is amazing. You know, some of my most fun things I learned researching stuff that had nothing to do with the fun thing that I learned. So, yeah, research can be fun. Okay, all right. And then after that, we do have some things on our Facebook page and in our social media that we just might want to hit on real quick. Should be some fun stuff. So let's get started. Ben's mock draft 3.0.
3.0.
All right.
Last final. That's it. It's over. This is the one I'm starting off with. This is the one I'll be watching as I watch the draft on TV tomorrow. Hopefully, if you guys see this in time, which I expect that you will do the same thing, especially try to keep up with the local team, obviously the Eagles, and any team that you may be a fan of. And hopefully I got your guy right or your team right. But anyway, here we go. So if I made a change from mock 2.0, I will let you know. Other than that, with some teams, I stuck with my first pick. Obviously, I stuck with the very first pick, which is the first pick overall. It goes to the Chicago Bears. That's quarterback Caleb Williams out of USC. 6'1", 214, real good size. He will be the Chicago's day one starter. It's funny, they had Ryan Poles, the GM, on TV today, and somebody said, so is it a done deal? You're going to take Caleb? And he's like, you're going to have to tune in to see. So these guys are holding it close to the vest to the very end. I love it. The number 2 pick overall goes to the Washington Commanders. I am pretty sure, strongly sure, even though the commentators on television are trying to change my mind, that they're going to take Jaden Daniels out of LSU. Quarterback, 6'4", 210, nice, great height, not great weight. People are afraid that this guy runs like the quarterback that Anthony Richardson, that plays for the Colts. They're afraid that he runs like Anthony Richardson, but Richardson's 240 and he's only 210. So they're a little afraid of this for this guy because of his size. But I'm not. I think he is possibly the best quarterback in this draft overall. Here's the funny thing about Daniels. I'm going to go through this real fast. Daniels' agent complained about the Commanders bringing in 3 other quarterbacks to interview him on the same day they interviewed him. I think they brought in Drake May, Penix, and Bo Nix, and Daniels all on the same day. I heard a little story about they took him out to dinner, they took him out to play top golf, and they also interviewed each one of them. Of course, the interviews were separate, but they did it all on the same day. His agent didn't seem to like that. I don't think he liked it either. So they made their complaints very, very vocal, almost to the point where it's going viral with information in reference to Daniels. He himself kind of went viral with stating that he's not shy about saying that he would love to play for the Las Vegas Raiders. Seems that the Raiders head coach, Antonio Pierce, is the one that recruited him to Arizona State when he was on Herm Edwards' staff at Arizona State, where he played for 3 seasons before he transferred to LSU. So again, he feels good about Antonio Pierce. He feels good about the Raiders, and he was not shy about letting that be known. That didn't scare me off, though. I don't care about any of that crap. Washington would be crazy not to take this guy, not only because I think he's going to be a really good quarterback, but because I think he's going to fit with their offensive coordinator, Cliff Kingsbury. Number 3 overall, here's a change that I made. I had the Vikings trading up. Now, everybody you listen to on television has the Giants trading up, the Vikings trading up, possibly Denver Broncos trading up. Real strong opinions about that. But I know, as everybody else knows, that the Vikings are the ones that can put together the best package. And that best package is 2 first-round picks. So I say the Vikings, instead of trading up to number 4 with the Cardinals, are going to trade up to number 3 with the Patriots. They're going to take Drake May out of North Carolina, 6'4", 223, prototypical size. I can't see that not happening. Now, it's possible that they will go with J.J. McCarthy. What makes me think that is almost everybody to a man is saying that Drake May strikes them as the type of quarterback who may need to sit for a year. I don't think the Vikings are in a position to have a guy sit for a year, but I don't know if their opinion is still the same, okay? Because people are saying that if you have a guy that you need to sit for a year, then you might be better off taking J.J. McCarthy. My thing is, J.J. McCarthy has not had the same amount of pass attempts under real game pressure to prove himself the way Drake May did. So I'm going against the J.J. McCarthy thing, and I'm going to go with Drake May going to the Vikings at number 3. At number 4, the Cardinals stay put. They take wide receiver Marvin Harrison. Regardless of any mock draft that you see, the first team that doesn't need a quarterback is 100% going to take Marv. Believe it, it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. At number 5, the Chargers, although it's been rumored that they will take a lineman, I didn't hear that rumor come out till the last couple of days, so I'm going to stick with my first thought, and that is that they will take wide receiver Rome Odunze. Now, some people say, well, Ben, I thought I heard you say Malik Neighbors was the second best receiver next to Marvin Harrison. Well, here's the deal. I also said that those 3 guys are almost equal. I do believe Marv is number 1 overall, and I believe that Malik Neighbors is more explosive than Odunze, but I also know that head coach Jim Harbaugh played against Rome Odunze in the national championship. I think he's enamored with him. I know he had to scout him, and I know he had to look at a lot of film. And believe me, Odunze is the real deal. No doubt about it. 6'3", 212, really runs his routes. I have no problem with that. I would agree with it, in fact. I think Harbaugh is going to take Odunze. So at number 6, my New York Football Giants get left with wide receiver Malik Neighbors. I have no problem with that. If by chance the Giants can put together a trade package to trade up to number 3 with the Patriots, and the Patriots like the package that they come with better than the Vikings package, which I cannot see. But if by chance they do that and they take a quarterback, I will be slightly surprised, but not greatly surprised, nor will I be greatly disappointed. But right now, I think it's going to go to Malik Neighbors, and I have no problem with that. Excuse me?
The consensus on TV is, them Giants better take a quarterback.
Right. It's almost like they're trying to talk them, into it. Okay. But I think they have their minds made up. I think they would like to take a quarterback, but I don't think they can put together a package good enough. I really don't. I don't think they have the picks to do it. But anyway, number 7 overall goes to the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, they're going to go with an offensive lineman. Best offensive lineman is offensive tackle Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. He's 6'9", 321. His elite physical tools and his technique make him a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned for Tennessee. He's probably the best pass protector in this draft class, and he's strong against the run also. By the way, a week or 2 ago, we talked about bloodlines, and we had a bunch of guys who were coming into this year's draft whose fathers played in the NFL. Well, this was a big one for a big-time player that's going to go number 7 in this draft, and that is Joe Alt. His father, John Alt, was an offensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs from 1984 to 1996. He was the 21st pick overall in the first round of the 1984 draft. Now that's real deal bloodlines right there. He also made All Pro one time. Well, he made second team All Pro in 1990. So there you have it for that. Talk about bloodlines.
Yeah.
Your father went in the first round, and now you go in the first round. That's crazy.
How many times has that happened? We have to look that up. That
No,
sounds
I
like
would
one of
have to. I
those,
would look that up.
you know?
I didn't have time. I had to do all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
but that's
But
okay.
anyway,
That's a future show.
anyway, number 8 overall goes to the Atlanta Falcons. I got them taking Dallas Turner, the edge rusher out of Alabama. He's 6'3", 247. He's an elite athlete, very impressive size and speed combination, very impressive on the pass rush, has a lot of pass rush moves, uses his hands really well. But some people are saying he may need to bulk up a little bit to play edge in the NFL so that he can stop the run a little bit better. But as far as pass rushing is concerned, he's a day one starter. Number 9 goes to the Chicago Bears, their second pick in the first round. At first, I had him going with an offensive tackle in my mock 1.0. Then mock 2.0, I said, you know what? They're going to be greedy. They're going to grab Rome Odunze. Unfortunately, in making my changes, I got Odunze going number 5 to the Chargers. So I'm going to take them back to what they really, really need, which is offensive tackle. That would be Olu Fashanu, the offensive tackle out of Penn State. Huge, 6'6", 312. He's the smart pick for Chicago. He's an elite pass protector, and he's also a pretty superior run blocker, too. At number 10.
I could use them guys, man. I could use them guys.
Well, you're gonna. I don't want to look too far ahead to the Niners, but I can tell you something about that statement. But you'll hear it when I get to you. Number 10 overall goes to the New York Jets. You're hearing a lot of rumors about the Jets and what they need, but what they really need is an offensive tackle. They're going to go with J.C. Latham out of Alabama. Talk about huge. This guy's huge. 6'6", 360. Now, if you've been paying attention, you've probably heard that the Jets should look for more weapons for Aaron Rodgers because they addressed most of their O-line issues in free agency. So I did some research. What they actually did was they signed free agent offensive tackle Tyron Smith away from the Dallas Cowboys, and they received big-time veteran player, offensive tackle Morgan Moses, in a trade from the Baltimore Ravens. So that's 2 tackles, one on the right, one on the left. Here's the problem. Both those guys can still play, but both of them are 33 years old. And Tyron Smith has an extensive injury history. Hence, you got to grab a new young guy that you feel like you can plug in when you need him. And that's what Latham is going to be able to do for them. On top of that, when I talk about offensive tackles, not only is size very important, height and weight, but also arm length. I've talked about that in the past too. This guy happens to have longer arms than Joe Alt. And Joe Alt is 6'9". This guy's 6'6", and his arms are longer than Alt's. So he is the true prototypical size for an NFL offensive tackle. At number 11, the Patriots, with the pick that they picked up from the Vikings in the trade, they grabbed quarterback J.J. McCarthy. Out of Michigan, 6'2", 219. New England acquires the 11th and the 23rd picks away from overall for that third pick they made in the trade, and they still get a top 4 quarterback. I have no problem with that. So people are like, oh, the Patriots need to grab the first guy they can get. Don't trade up. Don't trade back. Just grab the quarterback. Guess what? They can make the trade, pick up the extra pick, and still get a quarterback they can use. And that'll be J.J. McCarthy, who's probably a little bit more ready to start than Drake May is. I think Drake May has the higher ceiling, but J.J. McCarthy could probably step in and start a little quicker. Not saying he's going to be great. I'm just saying he's a little bit better prepared having Jim Harbaugh for head coach in college. Number 12, the Denver Broncos. Rumor has it that the Broncos need a quarterback so bad, which they do, that they may trade up to get one of the top quarterbacks. I don't think they're going to have to do that. I think they can sit tight at number 12, and guess who's going to fall to them? Bo Nix. Bo Nix is the guy I predicted back in mock draft 2.0 that would be perfectly suited for John Payton, Sean Payton, and his offense. In fact, Nix has kind of spoken up about Sean Payton and the way he runs his offense and the fact that he respects him and he enjoys the way Payton coaches and the offense that he runs. So he's kind of putting himself out there to let the Broncos know that he would not mind going to the Mile High City. I think that can still happen at number 12 for the Broncos. Number 13, there's also been rumors for the Raiders who pick at number 13. That would be a bit of a shock because I don't think they can put together a package good enough to get one of the top guys. And when I say one of the top guys, to me, there's a top 5. But to everybody else, there's just a top 3. So you're not going to get Caleb. You're not going to get Daniels. And you're probably not going to get Drake May or J.J. McCarthy unless you make a trade. I say Raiders, don't worry about it. Sit tight. Guess who falls in your lap? Michael Penix, the guy that a lot of people are saying has the best arm. May not be the best quarterback overall, but has the best arm in this draft class. Michael Penix will fit in great with the Las Vegas Raiders. Number 14 goes to the New Orleans Saints. Originally, I had them taking offensive tackle Olu Fashanu. However, if you've been listening, I got him going to the Bears at number 9. So they go to an offensive tackle by the name of Talisi Fuaga out of Oregon State. Can't go wrong with this guy either. 6'6", 334 pounds. He has elite road grading run blocking skills and the balance, the hand placement, and the lateral movement to be a really good pass blocker as well. He should fit in great with the Saints who really need help on their offensive line. Now, number 15 belongs to the Indianapolis Colts. Originally, I had them going for corner, which is one of their needs. I had them set for Terrion Arnold out of Alabama, the cornerback. But after further review, I realized that in my first mock draft, I had the Bengals taking Brock Bowers, the tight end out of Georgia. In mock draft number 2.0, I didn't have Brock Bowers in the first round at all.
Really?
When I realized that, I said, there's no freaking way that can happen. So I'm doubling back here in 3.0, and I'm saying that Brock Bowers goes to the Indianapolis Colts. Now, you probably heard that from a lot of people on TV. But what they're saying is they think the Colts are going to take him. They think he will fit in well with the Colts. This is something that I happen to agree with the consensus on this one. Brock Bowers to the Colts. I think you can book that one. I think that's going to be a good look for them. It's a need, and you got Anthony Richardson coming back off his injury. Tight end is a security blanket for young quarterbacks. Everybody knows that. So that's a good pick for them. Number 16, Seattle Seahawks. They need offensive line help. And specifically, they need interior offensive line help, meaning either center or guard. But I think they're going to take an offensive tackle who just so happens to be good enough and experienced enough to play anywhere along the line, center, guard, or tackle. In college, he played mostly tackle, but he has had experience at the other 2 positions. That's Troy Fautanu out of Washington, 6'4", 317 pounds, needs a little bit of work on his run blocking, but he has the burst and the mobility to improve with coaching. He is, however, a premier pass blocker at this point in time. Exceptional footwork, real good hand placement, and great agility. So like I said, he's already a really good run blocker, pretty good pass blocker. Needs a little bit of work on his run blocking, but already a really good pass blocker. And he's got the size and the experience to play anywhere along the line that they need him. So that'll be a big help for the Seattle Seahawks. At number 17, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I originally had them looking for offensive line help, and I had Troy Fautanu, who I just said is going to go to the Seahawks. I had him going to the Jaguars. But after further review, and you'll hear me say that a few more times, I figured out that their real need is corner. They need a cornerback in the worst way. So I have them taking Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, 6 feet, 190, amazing physical attributes, ran a 4.33 in the 40 at the combine. He benched 225 21 times. There's some linemen that can't do that. This guy is a superior athlete, man. Real physical specimen. He's exceptional in zone coverage, which is exactly the type of schemes that the Jags prefer. They play a lot of zone, not that much man-to-man, so he'll fit in really well there. At number 18, the Cincinnati Bengals need offensive line help in the worst way. I got them taking offensive tackle Amarius Mims out of Georgia, 6'8", 340. Keeping Joe Burrow upright is priority number one for Cincinnati, no doubt about that. Mims is huge, and although he's kind of a late bloomer, he needs some polish. His weaknesses are all correctable and all very coachable. He has the size and agility to get the job done with a little bit of good coaching. At number 19, the Los Angeles Rams. Originally had them taking a corner, which is their number one need, but I had them taking Nate Wiggins from Clemson. However, I did a little bit more studying on all the top corners, and I think the guy that fits the Rams a little bit better is going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama. 6 feet, 199. Very high IQ and has the versatility to play outside regular corner or slot corner, as well as being able to play press man and zone. So very, very well-rounded, really smart. I believe he called all the secondary calls for the Alabama Crimson Tide secondary when he was there. So high IQ. This guy will fit in well with the Los Angeles Rams. At number 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did not change the guy that I had going to them. That is Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon. 6'3", 328, plays center and guard. They also need interior offensive line help. He was voted the best center in college football last season. He's equally skilled at run blocking and pass protection. And like I said, he can also play guard. Not quite prototypical size to play tackle, but he is the perfect guy for what they actually need. At number 21, the Miami Dolphins also need offensive line help. I think they're going to stick with offense, or I'm going to stick with mocking to them offensive tackle Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma. 6'8", 322. Boy, I tell you, man, these tackles are big. Jeez. Guyton is a premier pass blocker already, which is exactly what the Dolphins and Tua need really badly. He also has experience playing guard, so wherever their biggest need is, that's where they can put him. He should do an equally good job at either one. Number 22, the Philadelphia Eagles. Originally, I had Quinyon Mitchell going to them, which actually made our friend of the show, Mark Russell, very happy. Unfortunately, I have to change that, but I think he'll be okay with the change. I have Mitchell going, number 17 to the Jaguars, so I think the Eagles are going to take cornerback Terrion Arnold out of Alabama. You heard his name mentioned earlier. 6 feet, 189. In Arnold, they're going to get a very versatile player. He converted from safety, and he has very high football IQ. He doesn't have blazing speed, but he does have superior cover skills. He's very physical at the line, excuse me, and he's very fluid downfield. So that makes up for not having blazing skill. He has very fluid hips. He has quick feet, more quick than fast is this kind of guy, which is very important in the game of football. So Being a cover guy in man should not be a problem for him. The Eagles, I did a little research. They actually play man and zone about 50% of the time each. So this guy plays both of those really well. That makes him a good fit for the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 23, the New England Patriots. This is the second pick that they got in the trade with the Vikings. They take offensive tackle Suamataia. Suamataia. Yeah, I got it. Kingsley Suamataia. Did I say? Yeah, that's right. I got it. 6'5", 326. If you remember that name and my trouble saying it, it was last week when I was saying it for the 49ers. Unfortunately, I got him going to the Patriots. He has the ability to play left or right tackle, which is a good thing. And he's already a very solid pass protector, which is also a good thing for J.J. McCarthy or whatever quarterback ends up with the Patriots. He also showed continuous improvement throughout his college career. So coming in, I don't know, he wasn't a five-star guy, coming out of high school, but he got better and better and better as the years went on, which means he's probably a good study and will get continuously better with pro coaching. At number 24, the Dallas Cowboys. Originally, I had them taking an offensive tackle, which they obviously need. I had them taking Talisi Fuaga, but I got him going at number 14 to the Saints. So they're going to have to go with offensive tackle Graham Barton. I think he's a good fit for them. He's out of Duke, 6'5", 313 pounds, very versatile player. He can play tackle or guard. He's already a tremendous run blocker, which is something that I know they covet, and he can be coached up to be a better pass blocker than he is. Not saying he's good. He just needs a little bit more work. I'm sure he'll get that once he gets to the pro level. Number 25, the Green Bay Packers. We're almost done here. Number 25, the Green Bay Packers. They take the first safety off the board. This is the same guy I mocked them for in 2.0. That's Tyler Nubin. He's out of Minnesota. He's 6'1", 199, arguably the best safety in the draft, plays well in zone schemes, and he can play in the box against the run. He's a real good tackler, and he can cover tight ends. So I think that's a really good fit for the Packers. Packers are going to be a team to watch this year, too. I know if there's any Packer fans out there, I know Blade, I know your son Chris, they're Packer fans. I think they're going to be very happy with that guy, Tyler Nubin. Number 26, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take Chop Robinson out of Penn State. Then a lot of talk about Chop Robinson. A lot of people out there like him. He's 6'3", 254 pounds. More of a D tackle / D end than a true edge rusher. Has edge rusher size and speed, but also has the quickness to play inside it at D tackle. He generates a really good pass rush from the inside, in fact, just like he does from the edge, which would be a plus for the Buccaneers, who play a hybrid 4-3 scheme. So I know when people talk about Tampa Bay's defense, they always say, well, they play a cover 2 or Tampa 2. That's true. But what that means, that's just for the secondary, okay? Tampa 2 means they play 2 high safeties. But their basic scheme is a 4-3. So he can play D tackle or D end and generate the kind of pass rush that they're going to need from either spot. Number 27, the Cardinals, with their second pick in the draft, the one they got from the Houston Texans a while back. I think I misjudged or mispicked their biggest need. Originally, I had them taking an edge rusher. I had them taking Laiatu Latu out of UCLA. But after further review, I decided their real big need is corner. Nate Wiggins out of Clemson is the corner I picked for them. 6'1", 173. He's a speedster, not a real big guy. Good height for corner, but not a lot of weight. But this kid's really, really fast. He has the versatility and the cover skills to play well in man and zone. That will work well with the Cardinals. I believe when I checked on them, they play mostly zone, but a real speedy corner who's real good at man coverage should be able to take care of business in the zone. I like Nate Wiggins going to the Cardinals. Number 28, the Buffalo Bills. Originally, I had them taking wide receiver A.D. Mitchell. I did some research on Mitchell. I like Mitchell. I really do. I think his first name is pronounced Adane, but everybody calls him AD. Thing is, since I've made all these changes, somebody else has become available that I believe is better than him. And that's the other wide receiver from LSU. That would be wide receiver Brian Thomas. 6'3", 209. 6'3" is really nice height for a wide receiver. Runs a 4.3 40, exceptional burst, and great ball skills. That's going to give Josh Allen a much-needed offensive weapon with a very high ceiling. This guy's going to get better and better. At number 29, the Detroit Lions. I had them taking the corner. There's no doubt in my mind that corner is their biggest need. I had him taking Kool-Aid McKinstry, but I gave him up to the Rams at number 19. So I dug up another guy whose name people might not be familiar with. His name is T.J. Tampa, of all things. He's out of Iowa State. He's 6'1", 189. He's had success playing in both man and zone schemes in college. He has 4.4 speed, very impressive ball skills. He's physical when he plays press man, and he plays very aggressively in coverage and in run support. It's a pretty good tackler, too. You don't hear that too much when we're talking about corners, but he's that guy. Now, here's the funny thing. I did some more research. Aaron Glenn, who is the DC for the Lions since 2021, has been playing a lot of man defense. Just this past season, somewhere around mid-season or so, he decided to get away from playing such heavy man defense and go into a zone. So not only did he not really have the players to make the change to the defense he wanted to change to, which gave them a lot of trouble, but when you change your major scheme like that mid-season, you're going to have a lot of problems. They got scored on through the air quite a bit, but bringing in T.J. Tampa, I think is going to really help them. This guy fits no matter where you put it. At number 30, the Baltimore Ravens. I had taking offensive lineman Graham Barton, but I got him going at 24 to the Cowboys. So I had to find another offensive tackle or offensive lineman that fit for the Ravens, and I found one. His name is Jordan Morgan. He's out of Arizona. He's 6'5", 325. When you talk about these linemen, you can't go wrong with their size. All of them are giants, okay? It's just a matter of technique and blocking skills. Baltimore needs immediate help at tackle and at guard. This guy can play both of them. So wherever the strongest need is, that's where they'll be able to put him. He's already a superior pass blocker, which is good. He has run blocking. They have run blocking needs, and he's going to need a little bit of work too. But he has the size. He has a quick burst off the line of scrimmage. He's very athletic. So I think he'll be able to adjust and make the changes he needs to make or the improvements that he needs to make over time with some coaching. At number 31, we have the San Francisco 49ers. Originally, I said they need an offensive lineman. You said they need an offensive lineman. A whole bunch of 49er fans said they need an offensive lineman. But if you remember early on, I said undercover, your real number one need is that corner. Guess what? I had Kingsley Suamatea going to you, but he's now gone. He went in number 23 to the Patriots. So I got you taking the cornerback, Cooper DeJean. He's out of Iowa. He's 6'1". He's 209. And don't get me wrong, anybody. Don't get mad at me. He's white. He converted from safety. He should make an immediate impact in zone coverage and off-man defensive schemes, which is exactly what the Niners play in their base 43. This guy's going to fit you real good back. You will not be upset with this dude. I'm telling you.
What'd you say his 40 was?
I did not say his exact 40. I can look it up.
Okay.
He's not a speedster.
Yeah, because you said he came from safety, so I'm thinking he's not a speedster.
Right. But usually what happens is guys convert from corner to safety when they can't keep up anymore.
Yeah.
He's converting from safety to corner because he's got quick feet, he's fluid in his movements, and he's got good cover skills, natural cover skills.
We'll find linemen somewhere. They keep taking them all, man. Jiminy Christmas. I heard about 10 linemen go here. And then it's funny.
Well, that's the problem. They're all gone.
They're all gone, yeah. I'll let you finish with 32 because I have something funny was on my mind.
Oh, yeah, okay. I didn't change 32. I think the Chiefs are going to gamble and go with Xavier Worthy, the guy that ran a 4.2 140 and had the 41-inch vertical. I still believe they're going to take him and take a chance, try to put some weight on him because people might think, oh, he's just another speedster, but he's actually more than that. Guy's got really good hands, really good, smooth route runner. He's gonna really surprise a lot of people. It's just that he's really skinny, but he's 6'1", 165. I think Devonta Smith, who plays for the Eagles, is like, I don't know, 6'2", 170. Not that big a difference. I believe he'll be all right.
Okay. All right.
So that's it. Mock draft 3.0. Keep my fingers crossed. Watching the draft tomorrow.
That's great. Oh, man. When you kept talking about these giant linemen, I keep thinking about Bryce Young and the challenge he has and the challenge his offensive coordinator has in running plays that put him in a position where he can see. And they were saying how they were limited by certain plays. So I guess, for example, putting him up under center, like trying to run a West Coast where it's a quick pass, he can't see. So he can't get that quick pass out.
If he's got a 5 or 7 step drop, he's probably okay.
Yeah.
But that 3-step drop, quick pass, that's got to be tough. He's got to be able to look through.
And now, at least, and it seemed to me what you were saying is that offensive guards are generally a little shorter.
Not necessarily shorter. The problem with the difference between a guy who's played tackle in college but gets converted to guard in the NFL is usually his arm length. But yes, it is true that the squattier guys will probably move to guard. You want your tackles to be as big as possible.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the Kansas City Chiefs in the next Super Bowl.
Again?
So I can see this fast guy. We like,
you won't have to wait that long.
Look, why you say that?
Because he's going to play in the preseason.
Huh?
Why do you have to wait to the Super Bowl to see him?
Well, I'm talking about playing against him when I say see him.
Oh, you're already predicting 49 Chiefs Super Bowl.
Speaking it into existence.
Okay.
Just speaking it into existence.
I got you. I like that. I like that confidence.
Oh man. Well, look, that was a great rundown. I hope everybody is taking notes and getting ready. The draft starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I believe, tomorrow, Thursday, the 25th. So this should be published well before that. As a matter of fact, we're going to move right along so that we can make sure this does get published before that. All right, Benny, we're going to start off with one of my AI creations here, just because I think a good joke is a good way to start it off. So the guy says to the girl, I think I'm psychic. Girl says, when did this start? He's like, next Thursday.
Oh God.
I think that's a good one. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. We talked about Troy Polamalu. We wished him and Tiny Troy a happy birthday. Um, I tried to find it in the video. I know we did this in the video somewhere, but I didn't have time to find it. It didn't come up in any of the highlights. So just wanted to throw that out there real quick. Because he still is the only guy I ever seen jump over the line of scrimmage and stab the guy behind the line of scrimmage like that. Oh my goodness. Um, a bedside blood concussion test with Pitt Research finds FDA approval. So apparently they're going to be able to do something to test you right there on the sideline at some point to see if you have physical, if you meet the concussion protocols within your blood. So I don't know if they got some brain juice running through the blood or what's going on, but they're talking about a blood test for concussion.
Oh man, this is crazy.
You don't believe in it?
No, I'm not saying I don't believe in it. That sounds crazy.
Well, I mean, I
If they
guess it's better than say, how many fingers do I have up here?
I don't know if it's better or not.
Ah, okay, well,
I mean, I'm pretty sure if I say how many fingers I got up and the guy says Tuesday, he's got a concussion.
well, now they have something, they take a lot of flack over concussions, so now they have something a little more definitive to.
Okay.
You mentioned the skinny Reaper there, Mr. Devontae Smith took a 3-year, $75 million contract extension, including $51 million guaranteed. So there was another signing today. The Lions, I believe, signed their wide receiver to a big contract. I don't know if that's going to come
Who?
up.
Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I know Ayuk is sitting there just taking notes.
As he should.
These guys are getting big guaranteed numbers.
As he should.
And as we said, up to the final 12 hours of the draft, it's lion season. I think it's still a lion season. Are we in the 20? No, we're not 12 hours in yet, right? So
No, but it's lying season has already begun.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's been going on. I guess he's saying it stops about 12 hours before the draft. That's when they got to play their cards at some particular.
Right.
Yeah. Show your cards, quit lying. Show your cards and quit lying. Then flag football, the brawl for it all Friday, July 26th through the 28th. UFFL major, double points, and all of this kind of good stuff. Somebody said that there's some pretty good flag football going to be played here.
There's some really good flag football going to be played there. Of course, I've been away from it for a little bit, but it is UFFL, which is the major or one of the major sanctioning bodies for national recognition. I would venture to guess that just about all the big time players are going to be at this. I'm talking about NWO and the UT Cobras coming out of Philly. I'm talking about the Maryland team and DC teams like All Stars United, Up in Smoke, teams like that. Oh, and I can't forget about the North Jersey, New York guys. That would be, just that fast. Oh my God, I can't believe my brain went blank like that. But it'll come to me anyway. Yeah, this is going to be a really big tournament. It's in a great location. Unfortunately, it's probably the hottest part of the summer, but
in Atlanta, much less, yeah.
Yeah, this should be, and it's a major, and you get double points for it. So the points is what gets you ranked when you go to nationals in Florida. So if you get
that what happens?
Yeah, so double a tournament that gives double points is definitely a good tournament to go to.
Okay.
Regardless of where you finish, whatever points you would have gotten, you will
Uh-huh.
get double that amount.
Nice. Nice.
So that means if you go and another team doesn't go, you can leapfrog them
Okay. Okay. Okay.
just by being there.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about all of that. www, what, that 5starsportsleague.com would be the website, and they have the registration
Oh, I'm
at
sorry, main event. No disrespect. Main event out of North Jersey, New York. Those guys are big time, man. That's a big time team.
main event.
Main event.
Okay, all right, good stuff, good stuff. All right, moving right along here. Uh, we kind of talked about AJ Brown a little bit.
This guy.
I mean, it's just some drama that didn't seem necessary, but okay. I'm gonna let that go.
Yeah, let that go because if I start talking about that, I'm not going to stop.
Saudi Arabia has so much money they don't know what to do with it. So apparently they're talking about a sports venture that would be fundamentally college football. They want to get their money into college football somehow. So we know that the how it affected golf, the live golfing tournaments and stuff like that, whether you like them or don't like them, a lot of those guys said that's a little bit too much money for me to turn down, guys. I
Yeah,
need to play some golf. So
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see. We will follow this up and see how.
Well, NIL opened the door.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, and especially the way that these colleges do it, where they're basically like divvying out the money themselves. I keep thinking NIL is coming from, Procter and Gamble or Amazon,
Right.
some other company, but it's the team itself.
College is collecting the money and divvying it out.
Yeah, divvying it out. So, I'm not sure about that, but in any event, you mentioned David Jaden Daniels talking about the Raiders and as opposed,
Mhm.
and I question, I'm like, I said, should he have just left that to himself? You know what I mean? But I don't know, I don't know. So I'm just watching and learning. But you and I both agree that's your number one pick right there.
I believe so.
We both agree on that one. Ben, few last words for Roman Gabriel.
Roman Gabriel passed. I liked Roman Gabriel.
Me
I liked
too.
him better with the Rams than I did with the Eagles. But yeah, Roman Gabriel, big, strong dude, man. Took some hits, threw some passes with like three guys hanging on him. Good player. Good player.
Great name.
Yeah, Roman Gabriel. Wow.
Not quite Bart Starr, but he's on his way.
No, yeah, it's hard to beat Bart Starr, bro.
Hard to beat Bart Starr, man. I tell people all the time. First name I ever recognize. So here's one of our clips. Here's two of our clips. Oh, Benny, Michigan's
Uh-oh.
national championship rings.
Phew.
Man, that's some male pulchritude right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very Super Bowl. Now, why do they have four different rings? Or is that what's
Oh,
going
I don't know. Is
on?
one's I don't know. Is one a conference championship? Hard to say. I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea because I'm not even used to seeing rings in college. You follow college much more closely than I do, so I know
Yeah, for the national chip, you get rings. I think a runner-up gets like watches or something.
a bracelet.
Nah, it's more than that. It's
I know.
probably a watch.
Watch.
Yeah.
What time is it? It's national championship time. There you go. Man, yeah, but those are nice. Those are absolutely beautiful. Take one last look at Michigan. Whoa, nice stuff. Nice stuff. So Ben, NCAA has officially approved a 2-minute warning in college football. How momentous is this?
I don't know what the big deal is. I'm sure every good coach out there, every coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, is well aware of and make sure that they inform the refs to let them know when it gets to 2 minutes. Usually it's either 4 minutes and or 2 minutes. Those are the warnings that they like to have.
Okay.
4 minutes kind of lets you know, according to the score, whether it's time to get into your hurry up or not. And of course, 2 minutes is 2 minutes, you know?
We have drills for that.
Right. So they all you got to do is just tell the ref, hey, let me know when I get to 2 minutes. They'll do it.
Zach to the Broncos. Sean
This
Payton.
was interesting.
Sean Payton has some wisdom for this young man. It might set him straight.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But Sean Payton is starting to look a little funny to me. You
Uh-huh.
can't work with you can't work with Russell Wilson, but you can work with Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
I'm not sure how to take that.
I want to see Sean Payton digging in Zach Wilson the way he was digging into Russell Wilson on the sideline during the game.
Yeah, I don't know if you're ever going to see that.
Yeah, that might have, I think that was just something special going on there. But he's going to be fighting it out with Jarrett Stidham and Ben DiNucci in the quarterback room, Benny.
Good old Ben DiNucci, huh?
Old Ben DiNucci. So whoever wins that of those three is still destined to probably a 5-win record, something like that. I don't know. Some of these young guys show up sometime and surprise you, man. But the challenge with them is the seasonal consistency, making it all the way through and getting better when it comes down and not falling apart. So we shall see. But
well, if they get Bo Nix or Penix, and they're going to get one of them, then they're going to look to them to be the savior and keep these guys around for emergency.
So Bo Nix, Zach Wilson, Jarrett Stidham, and Ben DiNucci. You don't think somebody's going to have to go?
Yeah, somebody's going to have to go.
Okay, all right.
He likes Stidham.
Jarrett or Ben.
If he likes, he's made it clear that he likes Stidham. He just brought Zach Wilson in. So that puts DiNucci on the hot seat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Should be interesting. Will we miss Matt Ryan?
Matty Ice.
Matty Ice. Matty earned $306 million in his career, Penny. I ain't feeling sorry for him one bit.
The only thing I would say, and I don't feel sorry for him, but the only thing I would say where he deserves to have anybody feel sorry for him is that one chance he had at a Super Bowl. It'd be one thing if he got in the game and they battled and they lost. But for them to run up that big lead just to cough it up and not all of a sudden somebody put a wall in front of their end zone. Unbelievable. I know he has nightmares about that game. That's solid. If he wins that Super Bowl, that solidifies his Hall of Fame.
No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. But we saw some of the great catches in Super Bowl history. That one catch that what was his name? The little
Edelman.
Edelman. Oh my God. I mean, it was things like that that were so close, that could have just changed the outcome. And he would have been, potentially a Super Bowl winner. But I mean, those type of things. And every time you say it, there's a part in me that goes, oh, my coach was involved with that.
Yeah, that was one of the plays that actually was like a real determining factor in how the rest of the game went. Kind of like the helmet catch.
Yeah.
Kind of like the other catch that Eli threw to Mario Manningham. He got his feet down in bounds. It kept a drive alive. They go down, score, and then he beat the Patriots. So that was one of those catches. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah, what was the catch? The Steelers against who was
Oh
it?
my God. Yes. Talk
Two,
about tippy
two
toes.
toes in.
Woo. And that was a game winner.
Yeah, yeah,
That was a
much
game
less,
winner. God.
much less. So Andy Reid, Brett Veach, Mark Donovan, all got extensions.
The big three, baby. Now that's a big three right there.
That's a brain trust, isn't
That's a brain trust.
it? Yeah, you throw Mahomes in there, and man,
That's
that's
a
a hell
brain
of a
trust
brain
right there.
trust.
No doubt about it.
I'm telling you. So congratulations, and apparently Andy's like, go home for what? There's nothing at home. There's plenty of burgers here.
Right.
So congratulations. All right, Benny, we're about at that point. I'm going to give you a chance if you have a rant or something you want to run through real quick.
It's a shame, I think, that there probably won't be a running back or a linebacker taken in the first round of this draft at all.
Oh, what a thought.
But I think day two, second and third round, you may actually see a run, at least on running back, because there's a bunch of good ones out there. It's just that this draft was so heavy at wide receiver. There's even beyond the first round, there's some really, really good wide receivers out there. And you'll see they'll start getting picked, and you start watching the preseason. And when the season starts, you're going to be like, oh, I remember hearing that guy's name. There's some really good wide receivers out there. But the need for line help, offensive line help, and defensive line help really, really dominated the first round of this draft.
I mean, I heard you say quarterback, O line, D line, and receiver pretty much
Over and over again.
first round.
Right. So the quarterback wide receiver thing, the beginning of the first round is heavy quarterback wide receiver. And then as we start to go, it's O line, D line, and corner. Those are the needs.
There you go. There you go. All right. All right. Well, looking forward to the draft. I stayed up and watched a lot of basketball in the last few days.
Oh, don't get me started.
And I was there, I put the picture up of Jamal Murray shooting that three.
That's a great picture, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
You can make a poster out of that.
That was and the shot and the defensive stretch was one thing, but to see the people behind
Yeah, yeah.
their faces as that thing was happening.
Yeah, the guys on the bench, the spectators behind the bench.
Yeah.
That's a great picture, man.
Oh my goodness, that's a great picture, man. So, all right, well, that's all I got for right now. Thanks for following. Please leave comments and suggestions. Our hashtag is football is life. Our website is www.bandbarryonfootball.com. Please, if you're on YouTube, click the like button, click the subscribe button, leave us a comment and let us know if you have any suggestions, comments, or concerns, or if you have a better mock draft than Ben gave us. I doubt it. We shall see.
I doubt it too.
All right, good stuff.
Yes, sir.
In touch.
Take it easy.